So in my last video I told you about these amazing cookies that I was gonna make. And here we are, baking some of these. These cookies are awesome, can't even taste that they are healthy, and they are the perfect breakfast food, or dinner, or everything. They happen to be vegan, so you can technically also just make the dough and eat it, which I do sometimes, because it's just as good as the cookie. But anyways, I'm bringing you a double chocolate chip blueberry muffin and carrot cake style version. So let's get started. What you should know, for all of these cookies we're gonna be using oat flour and ground up flaxseed. You don't have to buy these fancy ass things at the supermarket, and you can just make these at home in your food processor or blender. Super easy. All you have to do is combining like 3 cups of oats and then blending it all up until you have oat flour. Cool, and for the ground up flaxseed, you're just gonna do the same. Blend or pulse these up a couple times, and when you're done with this, remove the mix, put it in a container or jar, whatever you prefer. Leave around 1 tablespoon of those flax seeds. Add half of a banana, 2 tablespoons of agave, and 2 tablespoons of almond butter to everything. You can substitute the almond butter with any kind of other nut butter. Oh, by the way, that's gonna be the blueberry banana muffin cookie. To that you're going to add vanilla. All measurements also down below if you want to check these out. Some cinnamon, a lot of cinnamon I should say, and yeah, you're just gonna blend that all up. And to that you're just going to add 3/4 of a cup of the oat flour that we've made before, as well as half a teaspoon of baking soda and a pinch of salt. Mix it all up. Maybe at this point you'll find the mix a little bit too runny, and if that is the case, you're just going to add some more flour to it. Also really great in here are walnuts. And then just mix in a little bit of blueberries. I used frozen blueberries, I think half a cup of them. While your oven is preheating to 175 degrees, melt some coconut oil in a little glass or bowl. I use the glass. This is for a nice crumbly topping that you don't have to make, but it's just really good and I loved it. So highly recommend. To that add some oats, cinnamon, sea salt, and a bit of flour. And some crushed nuts. Transfer those cookie balls of yours onto a lined baking sheet, and then top those off with the streusel crumbly topping. That's really gonna make them taste like muffin tops. I love this stuff so much. I think this was one of my favorite recipes. So I made both the chocolate chip and banana blueberry muffin cookies in one go, so I just used the same, not cleaned, blender. And again, started out by combining 1 tablespoon of flax seeds with a bit of hot water, letting this sit for a hot second before I added in the other half of the banana. This time for those cookies I used 2 big tablespoons of peanut butter. I totally made these with other nut butters before, so feel free to substitute. This time I added 3 to 4 tablespoons of agave, as well as vanilla and a splash of plant milk. Then I dumped in 1/4 of a cup of cacao powder, unsweetened, a pinch of salt, some baking soda, and half a cup of oat flour, which yet again you can absolutely substitute with any other kind of flour that you have on hand. As one usually does for a double chocolate chip cookie, I dumped in a ton of dark chocolate chips and also some peanuts and roasted hazelnuts. I chopped it with more nuts and that went into the oven at 175 for around 10 minutes. As I said, you can just use the batter as a snack, eat it with a spoon, add in some more peanut butter, that's really good, dip in some strawberries, love the stuff. You just want to make sure not to overbake these cookies. They might seem and be super soft, but don't let yourself mislead by this appearance, because after they cool down, they're going to get super firm. 10 minutes max should be fine. So now we have the next day and I'm testing all of these cookies and presenting them to you. As I said, they are awesome for breakfast and the texture is bomb, let me tell you. Especially the one of these blueberry banana muffin cookies is super reminiscent of a muffin top. Check out all of these cookies. As for the chocolate one, I would say it's like a cakey brownie, but in a much better way. I also love topping them with more peanut butter. So this is probably the best thing you can do with carrots, in my opinion. Yep, we have some carrot cake cookies. Here's how to make them. Grab some carrots of your choice. I love these organic Aldi carrots. They are awesome. Combine 3 dates in some hot water. Add 1.5 medium-sized carrots to your food processor and blend them all up. Secondly, add 2 tablespoons of cashew butter to your cookies. Then just add vanilla, a lot of cinnamon again, the soaked dates, and a 1/4 cup of coconut sugar. If you don't have coconut sugar, because it can be quite expensive, just add 10 dates to your hot water at the beginning, and instead of coconut sugar, just use 10 soft dates. To that yummy mix, you're just going to add 3/4 of a cup of your oat or coconut flour. Coconut flour is also really good in them. Sometimes Aldi has it on sale. Okay, let's move on with these raisins and peanuts that I did not buy at Aldi's. At the beginning, I accidentally forgot to add the flax seeds, so I just added them at the end, which works just as fine, I think. Mix it all in, transfer this really super yummy cookie dough mixture onto a lined baking sheet. I think I always got 5 to 6 larger cookies out of that mix, but yeah. This is what they look like when they are done. They smell absolutely amazing. And what I did here was just spreading some melted vegan chocolate on top, which was, first of all, hard to find, and secondly, it didn't melt properly. So I don't know, you can just skip this step or maybe make another glaze of your choice. Since I live alone and I unfortunately have all of these cookies for myself, what I did was just freezing some of them. Even though I think I just froze 2 because I ate all of the rest. Emphasizing the point that those are generally the best healthy cookies you will ever make. If you want to have some more breakfast inspo, feel free to check out my 7 days of vegan breakfasts video. There's some super easy and yummy stuff going on in there. And if you would like me to recreate any of your favorite recipes, just leave some of your suggestions down below in the comments and I'll come back to you as soon as I can. And I will see you next week. Bye!